This is just, man, I gotta say, just starting things off, I wasn't personally prepared for how rough it was gonna be trying to crank up the defense. This is stressful, man. This is emotionally taxing. Especially, like, putting out a guide on defense today and then fighting someone who, I will tell you right now, things were looking, let's say, a little bit rough. A little bit questionable over there. We'll get to there in a second. But, yeah, this is... it's fine. We got there. Everything worked as advertised. I'm feeling good. This will practically look like some type of paid actor shenanigans, because this was like completely storybook for everything that I had hoped it would be. So yeah, we have a fairly typical battle, I would say. We're kind of insane just this week. We did sneak in the S14R11 Emperor under the radar. Not really real yet. He's not exactly a real boy. He's still learning how to do his whole like hand shocky thing. For now, we just got the waves. But we'll be making use of those today, because this opponent we're fighting against, I think, posted like a... you know what? I'm actually going to take a brief side detour here and actually pull this up, because it was a big number you don't usually see. He had posted a 2684 at the top of the week last week. Just seemed extremely willing sometimes to just hit the button and play for efficiency. But at the same time, I kind of got in my own head a little bit too. Despite in the guide, I typically say, or I say that that Jedi Master Luke team should typically hit him for rear. I don't think it's that powerful if they know it's there up front, because they can just pick the favorable GL matchup. I got in my own head a little bit too much. I'm still a little bit haunted by that battle last week, even though that was like 3 GL versus 4, right? I'm just a little bit too concerned that, like, if we're going heavy commit on defense, and then you try to pull like a front rear trap as well, it feels like you just auto lose to getting double GL posted up front, you know, on top of you. And like, if it's like Rey Kylo where you can't necessarily pick it apart as easily, I don't know. It just felt really bad. I wasn't ready to commit that way just yet. So yeah, we have what was originally, it was very, very quickly, it looked like it was going to be an efficiency battle. We are ahead on mods, we are ahead on relics, we are ahead on gear 13. It's unfortunate matchmaking, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna... I wasn't joking. In that video, when I said that this team has been insane, that wasn't exaggeration. It really, like... By the way, this Basil team I almost wanted to mention, but it's like, Kiadamudi is still such a rarity. But the whole idea behind it is, I feel like with a relic Kiadimundi, people, I assume, would tend to see Basil and still kind of think Nest solo, and I think Kiadimundi just... The dude could just dump truck you in a way that I think could catch some Nest solos by surprise. I don't know if that's what he used. But yeah, this is a work in progress. So let's rewind and zoom out just a little bit. So this was our front. We actually just get to kind of dive into everything real quick, just to give some context, because this is, you know, I think we're going to end up fighting mostly Cheese today. I think that they saw my match history and reacted accordingly, because they tend to value their banners. So they got a 54 on Rey, which I was actually kind of expecting. It was the one downside of showing JML up front, is it kind of just gave them, you know, player's choice. He held all 3 GL. I'm quite confident of that, because he got a 55 against that Darth Revan team. So probably went like maybe a Kylo solo. Probably did like, you know, JK or JML mirror. He got 49 points on that JML team. It was 49 or 48, something around that. It averaged out to 51 between the two teams. So very confident that was probably a triple GL fight up front. Which, hey, by the way, extremely topical to that video as well. When I say that this DR team is essentially like having a 4th Galactic Legend, which I guess is funny because I guess if we're saying that, then this is 5 versus 3 Galactic Legends because we have a half-finished Sith Eternal Emperor on our side as well. But yeah, people just get intimidated, man. They know what's coming. They know it's not going to feel great, and they tend to overreact. Like, yeah, it's very, very difficult. I had, like, the one time that I did get the DR mirror, they did get fairly alright scores. I don't know if that's maybe just something that people pick up long term. Slower BSF, you know, they're gonna get CBM on yours, so her first turn isn't really doing much. And then my Sith Empire really isn't that strong beyond like the mechanical speed lead and like the haha I fear you first is like, you know, the primaries are bad. Like it's all about the speed, so you know, there is that. So yeah, they were coming out of the hard front wall, doing really, really solid. 54 on the Ray, kind of like a 50, let's see, 51 average and then a 55. Let's say like 53-ish average out of this wall. Like, okay. What are they? Ooh. What is even happening in here? Alright, so pretty solid average coming out of this, right? Going into rear, I don't even know, like, this was just like a weird, like, post-decision remorse of just, I knew I didn't want to go all the way into, like, light posting, so I just chucked in the same Jedi Knight Luke's setup as well, which is hidden in rear. Completely useless as a hidden rear team, I think, for the most part. I guess you could do worse. But then he posted 53 against that, which, yeah, also extremely unpleasant. I cannot wait to see the match history for this, both for the hold and also for his success, because his Jedi Knight Revan wasn't going first. His Hermit Yoda, actually that would probably explain it. His Hermit Yoda, it's funny, if you sort by speed, Hermit Yoda was, maybe he just moved his mods again. Weird. Anyway, his Hermit Yoda was like one of the fastest characters in his roster at 313 showing, and that was with his arrow, with an arrow taken off. So could very easily have been on, I mean, if you complete the speed set, yeah, it might have been like a 350 Hermit Yoda or something crazy. He did have quite a lot of speed investment on those secondaries, so assuming he didn't lock it accidentally could explain that. But you know, he had gotten through most everything, showing a really solid score. And I wasn't joking when I said that, like, when this defense isn't, you know, doing the stuff that it's doing, we are turbo cheese. And of course, none of these teams posted any real resistance, because why the heck would they? I don't know. Beskar Mando, I guess this team could be like slightly annoying with those resistances, but I have zero expectations there. They're probably not even clocked right. I'm pretty sure Han's gonna go before Beskar Mando starts recording. You know, just for best possible synergy. And then, yeah, we stroll on in here. The Newt dropped in one shot. Bounty Hunters dropped in one shot. It all came down for my money to go where my mouth was. And I was not joking in that video when I said that this team has been the star of the show. And it really has been. He went for the CLS before he went for the Bastila as well, so don't get it twisted that they might have spent something on the Bastila that they might have regretted. That was just a raw CLS hold. They made the choices that they made, got through all the battles that they wanted to get through, and whatever choice they chose for CLS first and second didn't play out. So that being said, I'm pretty sure they have posted everything. There's no real plan. We're just gonna go straight on over. So yeah, we got some toys. They didn't necessarily post Turbo Cheese, but we're not, you know, we're seeing Padme, we're seeing Fin Po, we're seeing some Rex lead. It's not exactly the most severe stuff we're fighting against, and we now know that we have a significant cushion to work with. This is, God, I absolutely wish I was streaming in a later time slot. If, man, just emotionally, It's so annoying sometimes to be like, all right, we dropped a battle or two. My defense is good. I like my defense, but I don't. We'll see what happens next time. And especially because like that 3 versus 4 GL one was like the end of a season. It was just like, I think I win. I don't know. I guess I'll find out later. Yeah, I think we're just going in. So we do have a choice to make. I do think my Sith Eternal Emperor could backfire on this Padme, partially because I did, you know, in working with the fact that we are working on Sith Eternal Emperor, I took Treya to gear 13, and it did kind of speed her up, and it did speed her up maybe in a way that I would not enjoy. But I think there's a choice between one of these two teams, and I think we're probably just going to go for Sith Eternal Emperor here. Should be, I think, pretty straightforward, fairly comfy. Yeah, we got some hand waving to do. Let's try it. Alright. I did some practice in the Galactic Challenges, so I know what to expect. I'm gonna treat this as kind of like a pseudo nest. We're gonna be popping in auto basics, but then every now and then, this is a very high APM gameplay. We got our hand waves going in for days. We're not even gonna be worried about that there relink every now and then. Protection's almost at 50%. There is like a funny conceivable part where like Rex could actually ramp up enough to potentially, like, he is kind of hurting, but then there's the part where we just, I mean, you know. Yo, what's up, Invest? Yeah, this, man, I'm so happy that this happened in timing with the video release, because it really is, it's just kind of obscene just how well it does. Alright, we don't need to pop the special just yet. Did we kill him in one shot? He can't crit us. I think we do this now and then. Period banners should be enough to, yeah, you take the 56. You can almost tell they're doing damage. Yeah. I don't know. I was tempted to maybe try him here. I could see them killing him successfully. I wasn't sure on that one. I don't know. I still don't quite know him yet. Is he just like gassed? Is he done? Oh. Man. FVL defense is kind of fun. Credit where it's due. Alright, I don't really have to stress about this as much now. Like, I guess, if we have the read, we shouldn't actually spend a GL front just in case, for whatever reason, they happen to have posted one. That's like the one way this could become losable, is if we just, you know, get too complacent. So let's play this as normal. I have some concerns with how the change speeds have been going, but it should be okay. Okay, this was all I was really concerned about here, is this opening stun. If this went on Treya and we couldn't get the isolate on Padme. But seeing as how we're good players, we don't have to worry about that. Good players always get good RNG. Never forget. Alright, so at this point, we're kind of just trying to make sure that we try to get Scion back to full protection, ideally. Would be fantastic. Don't know if we can necessarily guarantee that, but Foresight, not really a real buff, but don't really care who we hit either way. So where are we at? You're the main Thief of Banners. Let's do this to try to get our protection cycle back, plus shield our protection a little bit just for the sake of... She doesn't have pain, so we need to reconvince her of that. Not really the best drain. I guess you pick up a +1. Let's see. So we're kinda in Banner Town right now. We're close. Alright, we've got the Isolate close. We need to check Scion's cooldown. Take the Hell by Hatred. Make sure we spend a special now. Why did you just... What? Excuse me? Did we not just cycle 100% Terminator? Did he just happen to be tied with us? God, this is such a slow annihilate. I mean, we're kind of just chilling now. Right. At this point, we already got what we came for. I don't remember if we're actually at full protection. We definitely are now, so we're just gonna walk out of here. 52. I'll take it for an anti-Padme. From here, we could just JTR this. It should just... Oh wait, I was thinking we should Imp-Trooper this, right? 2 gear 12s. This is a lot of extra wiggle room to work with. It is a fairly fast boss, actually. 312 without Django lead assists. You could do a lot worse these days. People's bosses are just getting slower and slower. So anytime that I see like 31 or higher, I call that a little bit noteworthy. Speeds? Wait, are we too lazy on speeds these days? I mean, start first, we're going 333 with 30%. There's no way. I'm not actually doing the math on that, but 30% Terminator is just an obscene amount. Probably should have checked who's actually squishier, but Django's an older character, so by laws of power creep, it must be him. It's actually kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm using Imperial Ambition yet. Yeah, probably not. I think that was the correct call. Are we just never using Imperial Ambition? I guess that was fine. If we hit this, it's kind of not really doing much. It only dispels on light side, so yeah. Alright, fair enough. You can have that. I suppose it was only a matter of time. Imp-Troopers in 3v3, maybe not known for their prowess. Still, I mean, that was an alright initial. I still get a little bit nervous about their total damage output. Like, obviously in 5v5, that team just shreds, but who's on that Basilisk Shan team? The Special. He's not necessarily the best modded. He's okay. I at first, like, when I first went into last 3v3 season and started using him, I gave him like crazy high priority. And then I took him all the way down, and now he's I would still actually call this pretty low priority. I actually kind of regret not giving him better. No, he's still going. I do kind of feel bad. Alright, so we just have a Kylo. That's pretty fun. This being a non-crew team. God, like, this is the strongest team that we have available. But like, we have Han. Do we actually care about... Who are we Kyloing? This is suddenly a harder question than it needs to be, just because... I guess Shock Clones is kind of annoying, but it's just the one. Yeah, I'm doing, like... This is pretty comfy for me. Stick with this. I think you started healing boss by putting the inevitable failure on the field. That's actually probably true. It's still, I think, probably a net DPS positive. I think it would still probably had to be the right choice, but I do think you are correct. In this case, it's probably higher value. We know that Chewie can finish off Poe with the percent HP damage. We know that Shrug is going to come too late, so we're probably just supposed to take this basic, get the kill on him, stroll on over here, lose some banners on Wedge. It's fine, don't worry about it. We'll get that back, hopefully, quick here. Yeah. See, like, I mean, Kylo would have been 55. It's fine. Well, 55 is about their team. How fast are you? I actually, 303. I mean, we've got toys. We got toys for days. Is Nest safe? $606. Nice. That's funny. Yeah, I think Nest takes that. He gets ramping crit damage, but he's mostly on heavy offense for baseline, so his burst potential isn't really there. She's kind of got some... I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Maybe I'm just gonna Kylo Hux. I mean, Hux with the TM block is always just so annoying, though. Like, I don't think it's actually that unreasonable to just want to Kylo that instead, right? The rules and everything else is actually pretty straightforward. I don't think that's too unreasonable, right? Alright. Let's give it a go, I guess. What's a full clear without a little bit of stress? I mean, they do have some pretty good buff generation for us to work with as well. It is officially a good omen, by the way, if we land all 3 dazes. Historically, I, for whatever reason, just cannot land days on Shock T most of the time, so her getting her return meter just goes off non-stop. For what it's worth, though, in this matchup, I actually say that's probably a good thing, right? It just means that she's going to make us more buffs more quickly while we have shielding. Wasn't sure if we were going to get 80% or 40% from that. Alright, this next move we might pick up an Ahsoka kill. Nope. Not big enough yet. I'm a little bit surprised that Shakti doesn't have coded priority for passing to clones. I mean, all she's doing right now is feeding Ahsoka tenacity, which I guess is stopping us from exposing her, but... Interesting. She's just reliably dropping in on Ahsoka. That's kind of wild to me. I mean, after last time, I don't have my hopes up. Okay. I'm just wrong. That's really weird. That's consistent enough to be suspicious to me. I mean, how does a lady with clones written in everywhere possible in her kit not have clone hardwiring for... Okay, listen. I guess that actually would be one possible way that we could have lost it, is by going for a special, whiffing it, not getting the lifesteal, and then getting hit with a big hit. Actually could have been a possibility. Alright, her stealth is gone, so we just need to make sure that we kill her with a lifesteal hits. Not that bad. We'll take those. Alright. You. Meet your bigger brother. Establish dominance. Remove established dominance. Not lose all of our protection. I mean, we would have lifesteal back. But, man. They were hurting, surprisingly. I mean, for Relegate, there's plenty of armor to be going around there. Hey, whatever. I was actually thinking about this. If you fought a heavy defense player and you were salty, you could theoretically just keep on sending in like one character at a time to inflate their defense holds, so that it was just like you're basically branding them as like a hey, don't trust this person. Thanks for stealing low health ally. That's actually probably 100% the case. I think you're correct. This is a good call. Was just looking at it from a character or faction basis instead. Man, I didn't even think about that. Kylo is always swiping right though, isn't he? The man has never swiped once in his life to the left. Hey, I mean, what can I say? He's accepting. So what is Vader doing here? I mean, guilty pleasure. We send Vader down here with the Watt. That kind of has to be the call, right? Make zombie feel real bad about itself. $269. We self buff high enough that we're fine. Hello. Not gonna steal our full banners. It actually looks like it might have. Of course it did. Stupid relic fly a zombie. Those big meaty biceps. Yes. Oh no. Salute you, sir. Godspeed. God, I'm so used to using JTR against a boss that it's actually kind of hard for me to remember that I still have it left. So who are we? Like, this is like the most failable thing. God, yeah, we really do just have some dumb overkill left at this point, though. I mean, Padme against this is probably just gonna end up being 51. Alright, give me the Jordica one-shot that I desire. Would I rather just go on Dooku? Man, so the Master's training here is juicy, but strategic advantage would be the smarter call so that we don't get counterattacked. Yeah, see, we didn't get the one-shot, so now suddenly we have to deal with the consequences of our actions. Please crit. We have ridiculous crit chance modding, but wait, this is Dooku lead, right? Not paying our taxes isn't necessarily a death sentence just yet. So ideally, oh wait, can't he actually one-shot override over Savior? Wait, is this actually losable? I forget. Savior used to not get overkilled, but I'm pretty sure it does now, right? Wait a minute. If he kills Yoda, this could almost be losable, actually. Wait, okay. Steal stealth. Not my problem anymore, sir. Goodbye. Okay. We're fine. That's actually kind of funny. Dooku Lee just punishing Equalize. We are kind of just waiting. Just to be over. We can just mark him. I'm grateful that he's invulnerable though, so that we aren't actually just getting droideka counterattacks. Pick up some assists along the way for our trouble. We have foresight, so he can't actually hurt us. Okay. I don't think we got a definitive answer on if Revan was actually killable there or not, but 53's alright. Man, that was a really crazy low roll though. I don't know if he still has his modding on, but Yoda is stacks for crit chance. Like obviously JKR gives the less crit chance in 3v3, but still. Okay, he doesn't have the relevant modding on from 3v3. Alright. I guess this isn't really that damaging of a team, but if we do like GGB1, I still assume that B1 will just die. I think is a fairly safe assumption there. And the problem with Magnaguard too is that Magnaguard is just gonna get halted, so Magnaguard doesn't even like do any meaningful peeling for B1. Hey, what's up, Sam? How's it looking so far? Oh wait, he actually made it. Does this answer your question? Oh, 7th time with a charm for the Basilisk team. Damn. Who isn't gonna get taxed to oblivion? Or do we look at the opposite way? It's just like Padme's going to get taxed no matter what, so we just throw her in front of the OG Kylo? Does answer your question? Good. I'm glad I could be informative. 273. You're the main speed leader. Oh, Spirit as well, though. $312. And JCR just doesn't feel nice in that matchup, though. We could try going like the Grievous Organics route. I don't think that's really the route to go here. I think they got this. It's a fairly solid matchup. How did that happen? Grease a little bit lower, but we might be running low on heals from people. Why are they just stun spamming Grievous? What the hell? I'm gonna stop healing Grievous because I would much appreciate if we could get him to mark. She just tried to do it again. Wow, a Grievous turn. Or take a basic. Just want to make sure. I was really hoping we could land that target lock. Close. Like B1 stacks were so low that it was hopefully gonna be able to get that healed in a 1, but was gonna take 2. But oh well. Why GG on offense isn't it low banners? Mostly just because this defense setup has been so solid for me that there's no real point. Also, in terms of banner style choices, I guess it is actually one side effect of adding or having new Dooku now and posting that on defense is GG with like Brood Alpha plus B1 or like new Brood Alpha. Like if you just toss in GG with Organics, it can get you a pretty easy 54 against a lot of weaker teams. I think B1 Alpha was the one that worked out fairly well. It's a weird Kylo team, right? Like it's not, there's no damage dealers, but it is still just plenty of annoying counterattacking. I mean, in that case, we'll just take the Ahsoka for the anti-halt. And then at this point, we're just looking for heal immunities. We are potent enough that it is consistent enough that, you know, there is sometimes a timeout risk here, but basic might have been better there. Just wanted to try to keep some extra protection if we could. Yeah. 51. I'll take that. Huh. Ah. There's someone who jumped on the train and then realized what direction it was heading. Jumped off. I would do Palpiet if I could. Just for fun, I suppose. Wait. This is the one annoying side effect sometimes of how much we're holding, is we do just kind of have a lot of stuff left at the end. It just does feel wasteful. And, you know, sometimes you just gotta... Actually, that grenade is actually less effective because we killed someone. It almost would have been better not. I just picked up the kill with the AoE. Alright. Got a little bit lucky with that expose there. If we didn't land that... I mean, lucky we had 85% chance, but if we didn't land that, we weren't going to have the special back in time, and would have gotten costed a -2 banner, let's say, but that's fine. Alright. I'm just gonna keep on the plan. Grand Ship's plan. This hasn't failed yet. That being said, though, we probably just bring Eben here. There's no way we need Eben against Finalizer. Probably even just chuck in Ploku in here, but oh well. Did I win yet? Almost definitely yes. There, this is, I'll show you the damages in a second here. Thank you. Alright. I'm still in the stun is bad actually train for now. So we can do this guilt-free. Basically, with how today looked, it looks like I hired a paid actor for the defense video to showcase why it works so dang well. It is absurd timing. Alright, here. 63. Ships is what it is. Oh no, the number. We're +6 since last time. And then we had this blow up on the side as a bonus. This was like, so for context, right as I was going live, they had gone through pretty much all the heavy stuff south with really, really great efficiency. Like they got through this with like a 53.5 average or something. And like 52.5, right? But I mean, it was a telegraph that they probably went 3 GL on offense, but then they ran into the Jedi Knight Luke team and posted another 53. So yeah, it was basically like, all right, we got CLS as like the guardsman up top, and then like Basila, Cam, New Dooku, GBA, but just he like his first CLS fail happened like 3 minutes before I was going live, and I went from like feeling incredibly stressed to just like I just knew at that point it was destined to be today. Alright, we'll just take the 2 classic GR reinforcements. Should be fine. I wonder if they're gonna do Hunted on Houndstooth again. Oh, it actually was kind of annoying that he didn't get the bonus turn meter. Ah, they actually do it right. Is that concerning? Probably not. Offense down here. Alright, like the discerning good gamers that we are. Easiest triple target lock of my life. Close enough. Actually, a little bit surprised he lived. Yeah, sure. Reach out to you. I got some ideas. I'm trying to like make sure that I write stuff down as it comes to me. Like the idea is nice, especially because it really does feel like anytime we transition from 3v3 to 5v5 or vice versa, you know, I always just feel so lost the first week of just like, what were we doing again exactly? Yeah, it'll be cool. Figure it out. All right, 2672 defense heavy. Obviously they were light on defense as well. Sela stands supreme. That is, man, they went so cleanly through everything else. I mean, obviously, you know, once the CLS card started to fall, then Basilov fell with him, but it's that batting, man. Yeah, I'll say it's pretty convincing. So happy. I'm so content. This was, I was so stressed in the hour leading up to this as he was posting those high scores of just like, man, I was looking at like Rex and just like, do I set the Eternal Emperor down here? And then like, what can I do against Rex that's gonna try to maintain 54? It was wild. Looking at your own. I mean, a lot of people, if you like, it mostly just comes down to like, did you pick up Jedi Master Luke, right? It is nice. I would say more than anything, it has to do with the Zeta, of course, but I mean, of course, if you're looking for a strong duelist, any Zeta there will help. But That team, man. This is he has taken a kill count before, but this is his first double digits. Last time the double digit went to in round 9 when I think they were just completely gassed out and wanted to try everything that they could at that point. Yeah. Feeling it. Alright. I'm happy. I need to, like, take that video down so I can just, like, slap in the first 5 minutes of this as a part of it. Rave reviews from Billy G from Montana, who tried the defense today. Last CLS got 16 holds. He beat that team with JTR. I do think JTR is probably the most competitive counter to it possible, but even then, I think it's an easy counter to potentially screw up. I think if you want to do that, or if you want to like tech JTR against it, I was leaning towards you might actually want R2 fastest so you can open up a smoke screen potentially. It really depends on what your like planned opening order is. Like there's almost an argument I think to go for BB8 basic. Like if you R2 smoke on R2, then BB8 basic CLS so that you can go mind tricks with tenacity down on CLS. I could maybe see that. Because like that's the thing. Because I'm pretty sure Chupio's AI even just does Chewie's Rage first anyway, so you'll get some counterattacks. But if you get that tenacity down, if you pick up the mind tricks, you really just want the daze. If you don't hit the daze, that's probably rough. But you get the tenacity down from BB8, you do mind tricks into, you know, whatever heal block call, you're probably in good shape there. But there's a lot of ifs in that statement, right? Like, if you're just on, like, BB8 fastest, I don't know. Like, I've seen some people say that they do mind tricks on Chupio, and I'm not sure. Because, like, yeah. I mean, you can see from here, like, Chupio's been dead for a while. Like, Chupio was, like, 10% HP after the first battle, and I'm pretty sure he was gone within, like, a battle or two after that. Chupio was, like, an annoyance on the side. The D's in ability block? I don't... To me, it's all about CLS. Chupio is just like a nice bonus, but the CLS counterattacks with the, you know, binds all things, pushing his turn meter and 3PO's turn meter up. That would be my main concern. But I think that's why it's so compelling as well. Chupio's a secret power. If he did blind first, I would feel more scared. But because it's AoE, right? And especially because it's AoE, CLS has extra tenacity to start. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, ideal turn order, I would want R2 fastest, and then BB8, and then JTR. So you R2 smokescreen to stealth everyone except for himself. And then you open up with BB8 basic for the tenacity down. And then you JTR mind tricks on him with that tenacity down. Try to go fishing with it. Yo, you got JTR yesterday? I guess good as time as any is topical as it could be right now. You chose Seals over JTR, which turned out to be a bad idea. I wouldn't call it bad. It's just CLS has gotten a lot of support lately with Chupio. Like, it was a massive, like, that team was already doing pretty alright, and then they released this character which added, like, I keep on saying this, like, if Chupio was just like this bit of text in a basic and you take out these 2 extra things, he would still be auto slot. Oh yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, my CLS has lost to JTR, it's also held to JTR. I don't think it's a gimme matchup, but I think it's probably the most viable. Oh! Okay, sorry. Re-adding context. So you're saying that you went for the CLS mirror first? Yeah, CLS mirror first with the tenacity modding is, I think, crazy rough. The tenacity to the crit avoidance, it just puts you so far behind. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry about the defense, but man, you really had me sweating in the first half. Like, I assume you did Kylo here, Rey Mirror up top, and then whatever JML version down bottom. The Jake or the Luke, I don't know if you're willing to spill now or whatever, but the Jedi Knight Luke battle, when you posted the 53 on that, I was like, what the hell are we dealing with right now? I mean, did you have a Hermit Yoda that outsped? It was either going to be that or JKR. Oh, yeah. I gotcha. I don't know. That 53 takedown. Not really worth the defense cost, but I don't know. Maybe it needed to be there to set up CLS this or to succeed. I mean, Brink, like, this is... I don't get too many people who like to compare notes, but... Ooh. That's actually, like, really good progress. That's surprising progress for... I mean, Karth's Mission Zalbar has kind of just faded in, like, a lot of people's memories, but it is true, like, in 3v3, they are a power trio. Like, I mean, mine isn't that great, but... I mean, compared to some of this junk back here, probably might even be able to do better. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm just extremely fried right now. It was a huge emotional swing seeing you, like, rip through the bottom, and then, like, the moment that I saw CLS broke was, like, right as I was going live, and I was like, alright, we have a chance. We just need to do everything right now. You just went for camo JKR. Gotcha. And that was ultimately what did it, I assume. Did you try Nest versus Bastila? I'm curious on, because I think Kiadi Mundi could drop Nest in the right circumstances. I don't know if they're necessarily like a safe solo for Nest. Like, you get that stacking armor shred over time, that probably also gets scary. Plus, I guess, I mean, I did give him a potency cross, and then she gives the Jedi extra potency. I mean, you are getting a daze in there that would potentially... I don't know. That's a weird one. Like, I feel like Cam and Nataru goes for the special with the big nuke. That would probably end up playing a Nest if she didn't have... Like, if she had just taken a turn right before, I could definitely do that. I don't know. Take it for what it is. Alright. I think I'll call it there, although there is a new Runeterra patch out. It's like, God, it's such a small patch, but it's changed the meta up so much that it's almost intimidating to try to jump in. But I might just poke away at it. We do have some good stuff to poke at there. I don't know. It's either that or work on the Patreon stuff behind the scenes. I guess we could do a mix. People have been asking for it for a while, but why not? Alright, I'm gonna go take a brief break. I assume most of you are here for Galaxy of Heroes, so I'll go ahead and set up a... God, I can't even do raids correctly now. How do I have Twitch actually blocked? I think said it right to me recently. We'll go do that. See if I remember how to do that. Alright. Well, if you want to watch me play Runeterra, I will be going live with that shortly. If you're here for Galaxy Heroes, then I guess I'm sending you away. Have fun. Peace out. Thank you all for watching. You'll have a good round and rest of your evening. May your defenses be half as fruitful as mine were. Peace out.